Hello everyone. I hope all of you are well and staying safe and healthy. This week we will cover perceptions. Please take note of your questions and you can ask them during our online session. So what do you understand from the terms perception? Is it the first time that you heard this term? Probably you are familiar with the term. But let's start with a statement related to perception. There are things known and there are things unknown, and in between are the doors of perception. So, what is perception? Perception is the mental process that we use to understand our environment, while social perception is the process of gathering, selecting, and interpreting information about how we view ourselves and others. Whereas perceiving the physical environment is relatively objective and testable, information about people is often subjective and open to interpretation. This makes social perception a subjective rather than objective process. When we interact with others, there are many cues and signals that beg for our attention. We consider the way people dress, their facial and other physical characteristics, their tone of voice and accent, nonverbal behaviors, their eye contact with others, how often they smile, and the message they communicate. These are the things that affect our perception. And you can do a self-reflection here. I want you to think about a guy who really had a positive experience with you, and think about how the person dressed. Think about physical characteristics, the tone of voice and the accent and the behaviors. These are the things that impacted your perception.
Collective attention. Count how many times the players wearing white pass the basketball. How many passes did you count? The correct answer is 15 passes. But did you see the gorilla? This video is from research by Daniel Simons and Christopher Chabris and is copyrighted. It is available for use in talks, training, and teaching on DVDs from VisCog Productions. Learn more at theinvisiblegorilla.com.
So as you can understand from the video, the perception process requires us to select, interpret, and use stimuli and cues and therefore the process is subject to considerable error and a serious drawback. What we see is subject to perception and therefore to error. And if you check this picture, you can see some perception examples. And you can also realize some hidden meanings. For example, if you check the logo of Amazon, A to Z means within the website you can find anything from A to Z. We cannot pay attention to everything at once, so we pick and choose what is important. As a manager, a key part is to assess social situations to pick and choose what is important and what is not, to evaluate people and to act on that evaluation. The perception process is an essential part of managing people. You should understand what is going on, and also you should be able to pick the important actions within your organization. So do you think a manager can benefit information systems in order to balance the perception or help ease in the perception process? Think about it and we will discuss it during our online session. Then we have closure. Closure refers to how we feel in missing information to understand a stimulus. It is a crucial part of the perception process. When we don't have all the facts, and it is most of the time, we rely on assumptions to fill in missing information. Closure allows to finish unfinished picture or to interpret an unclear situation by completing it based on our previous experiences. Similar processes affect social perception. We simply don't see everything and we fill in information as required. So let's check closure in the workplace. Consider how closure can affect a manager's evaluation on an employee. A manager who supervises 25 people has limited contact with each employee. Over the past 6 months, however, one customer has complained about a particular employee, and the manager has personally observed a loud argument between the same employee and a supervisor from another department. When compared to everything else the employee may have done, these two samples of behavior are limited, but they are the most direct information the manager has and are the ones that stand out. Based on these two samples and having little time to gather more information, the manager may use closure to fill in the picture and decide that employee has a short fuse and the potential of being troublemaker. And if the manager takes decision according to these two events happening just in 6 months, it's more likely that the manager will make a mistake. What he or she can do, check the information systems, to what extent the employee is completing the task, check the satisfaction from other colleagues, check the customer satisfaction from other customers, and also check the relationship between other supervisors. And the best way to do it, to benefit, to utilize from information systems, because you can see the amount of time it takes for an employee to finish a task, or you can get feedback from customers or colleagues or the other supervisors via systems. And by that, it can prevent the manager to have wrong closure.